Welcome back, guys, to more Kerbal Space Explosion. You may remember from last time we did a little mini mission to the North Pole of the planet, and we got a little bit of science. Unfortunately, I couldn't get back into my pod because it was kind of crashed and it had landed askew. Anyway, I forgot to recover the pod itself. We only recovered Bill Kerman, whoever was the pilot. We recovered him. I left that up there. And I'm looking at the solar map here, and I realize I can recover this guy. And we have 39, a whopping 39 more science. Woohoo! So, okay, last time we messed around with space planes, and we will mess around with them some more. Eventually, what I want to do is I want to do a mission to Eve and a mission to Moho. I'm not sure exactly which one I'll do first. But before we go to Eve in particular, because Eve has a little satellite, but Eve has higher gravity than Kerbin and really dense atmosphere. Before we do that, I want to do a few things. So let's look at the research menu as soon as the thing loads in. Loading takes too long in this game. Why does it take so long? Okay, here's the tech tree. So, this is how much we have researched. I need to unlock a few things before I head off to Eve, because I would like to start using rovers and driving around on these planets and moons. So that's going to take 300 science to unlock these guys. And then the other thing we need to do is we need to fiddle around and experiment with using docking clamps, because I've never used them before. I didn't really get around to it before we started career mode. So, this is going to be the job of today. We're going to create a little refueling space station. So we're going to need a pod as usual. We're going to need to return it to Kerbin after we're done with it. We will need a decoupler. And then I think after that I'm going to want an RCS tank. Like Kerbal, just like that. And then I want to use one of the new big tanks. So we need one of these adapter guys. And then let's come back here. We've got this guy holds 720 liquid fuel, and this guy that holds 1440. Yeah. Okay, let's go for trying to get 2 of those up into an orbit. Oh, and before we do that, we're going to actually need the clamps. So this is, I've got this one, the docking port, and I've got this one, a shielded docking port. I don't know the difference. Let's put that there. Let's connect that to there. Okay, and then we'll make another one of these connectors there, like that. And then we'll put another one of these clampy dudes on the other side. Like so. And then we need to try to get this monstrosity up into orbit without using any of this fuel. Here we go. Cross your fingers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Blast off. So we're going to be creating a space station. I'm going to call it appropriately Explosion Station. And so this guy here in the middle, this is the Explosion Station core. It's just a fuel tank basically with some clamps, RCS tank, and I also have a battery pack, some little RCS thruster blocks, and a bunch of solar panels in case we need to have power later on down the line. We can get it back through the handy dandy array of solar panels, and I actually set up an action group for that. So we can turn them all on and off with just one button press. I'm not going to do that right now because they'd go flying off because of the air whizzing on by. This rocket, it's not the most efficient. I made it like this because I thought it would be kind of fun well, you'll see once we get rid of these boosters, the rockets, as I go down in stages, they couple and decouple into interesting patterns. We can look at it like this. Yeah, look at that. Oh, did we run out? We ran out. Okay, cut that. And then throttle back up. There we go. So those boosters helped us get to about 170 meters per second. And you can see we're slowing down. And we'll start to speed up a little bit as we get out of the thick part of the atmosphere. The rocket is not very Not very efficient. I didn't multiply the rockets per stage enough. I didn't even use the new rockets I have that are more powerful. I've got some that fit on the big fuel tanks I haven't even used yet. But I was just having fun, and I'm pretty sure we can get this guy into orbit the way he is. We're all the way down to 112. That's not very good. Yeah, this rocket, my last rocket that I sent to Duna, that one was way better than this. And I even have the fuel lines. I'm not even using fuel lines on this for some reason. But it works, so that's all that really matters. We can turn over a little. I don't want to turn over too much because we're not going very fast. So I'm only going to turn over slightly to start to get some orbital momentum built up. And now we should start to speed up quite a bit now that we're getting out of the atmosphere and a little farther away from the planet. All right, next stage underway. Smooth as a button. Are buttons smooth? Yeah, I guess buttons are smooth. So yes, smooth as a button. Okay, and we're starting to climb. All right, here we go. Orbital burn time to circularize our orbit, hopefully. Oh, that's gonna go quickly. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Let's watch from the screen. Basically until it does that. A little bit more. And perfect. Okay, what do we end up with? 1999-204. Let's get this up to 200. There we go. Kerbal periapsis of 200. And a Kerbal apoapsis of 207. Okay, I think I'm gonna spend a little bit of time making that absolutely circular. Just for funsies. We've got enough fuel left. And then we'll get to work on sending up part 2 to dock with this guy. All right, fuel tank number 1 is in orbit and waiting on us. Let's send number 2 up to dock with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And blast off after the fact. All right, a little update. I put the Explosion Station Core Part 2, the second rocket, into a slightly lower orbit, and then I basically waited until they synced up more or less. We're about 170 kilometers from this guy right now. And we need to do a little burn to try and get a little closer, equalize our orbits. The second one got a little wonky. We've got 12 seconds until we burn. Oh gosh, get back on target. This thing is really cumbersome. Get back on target. You gotta pick up. Okay. Get back on target. Go. What are you doing? We passed our thingy. We're just gonna have to go with it. Here we go. How's that? What'd that do? Let's see what we did. Okay, we're gonna have a separation at this point of 13 kilometers. I guess that's okay. How much fuel do we have left? We have just a little bit, but then we've got an RCS tank, which hopefully will be enough. And then what do we have over here? The separation will be, looks like much further away, 146 kilometers. So if we don't land it here, we're definitely gonna be in trouble. All right, so let's fast forward until this, and then slow down. Stop. Okay, and then we're gonna do this manually from here. There's our target. Okay, and we need to just point at it, basically. And start trying to get closer. Use the last of our fuel to do that. Come on, here we go. Are we there yet? We're basically past it. All right, 13.9 kilometers. It's getting farther away. Here goes our rocket fuel. We're gonna burn right at it. This is my first time ever doing this, so it's quite likely I'll just mess it up. Okay, there's the last of that. Throttle down. Okay, separate those. And then I want to go forward. Shoot. Is it H? H. There we go. I'm not used to using these RCS to go in a straight direction. I've only ever used them to turn. All right, so now we just need to try to get closer to the thing. And let's see, our oxidizer, no wait, our monopropellant, we have 82. I don't know if we're gonna have enough to get close enough. Yeah, probably not. We are burning through that very quickly. And it's not getting that close. But I think I learned a lot doing this. I could probably do it more efficiently the second time. It's getting closer. Let's see, we're going to have another... Oh, our intersection there is going to be at 24 kilometers. Yeah, so we're going to start getting farther away if I don't catch up with the sucker. Okay, chase it. Chase it. It kind of looks like it's falling... Oh, we're on an outer orbit at this point. All right, spin. Get close to it. There we go. Get closer. I don't think we don't have enough. We're about to run out. And then we're just going to be on the SAS, which will not allow us to move in any one direction. We got kind of close. We'll have to try again. But we're about to run out of monopropellant. Let's see how close we can get. All right, the game is paused. Note on the screen, Explosion Station Core Sender Mark 1, 200 meters away. 200 meters away. This is so frustrating. Down here, you can see the target. This guy is moving 24 meters per second relative to us. So while this is great, we're almost out of monopropellant, which means I can't really do a lot of fine... Oh, we're going to get so close. I just need to slow down. He's going to zoom right by us. And now he's zooming away. And I've tried to limit our relative momentum, and I can't get it. It's too finicky. I don't understand maybe enough about orbital mechanics. I've tried to get our orbits as close as possible. You can see right here we're going to be back out to 3.2. And I had these orbits almost exactly the same, and now they're all messed up. And we're out of monopropellant. So now we're just, we're turning by SAS, which is crappy. We're zooming away at 18 meters a second, or he's zooming away, rather. If I could get this... Here, let's just... It's dipping down. We got it down to 9. Now it's back to 10. That's lovely. Now it's back up to 11. Even though I'm still burning towards him. Okay, what do we have here? Nothing. It's getting closer, but he's probably going to start... Oh, okay, yeah, the target velocity is leveled off, and he's going to start pulling away soon. And I'm gonna run out of fuel sooner or later. Then we're going to be in trouble. Yeah, I think I'm just probably doing something wrong, because I just can't get close enough to the guy and then shut down our relative velocity. Yeah, and I've been at this a while. I've spent a few hours trying to get this right, and this is about as close as I've managed. And so we'll get about to here, and then he'll zoom by. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, we're in a bigger orbit, so basically we need to slow down retrograde. So let's go ahead and pull over here. Let's try and get ahead of him a little bit. Slow down retrograde. Let's see what happens here. This needs to... See, this blue line needs to match up with the yellow line there. Like that. Okay, oh, we're down to 3.7 meters per second. That is definitely the lowest it's ever been. And we're going to come down to 0.6. That's where we're at right now. Man, our orbits are almost exactly the same, but I'm out of monopropellant. What we could do... Okay, let's try this. Let's go ahead and keep spinning this guy around. The other guy still has monopropellant. I know that much. I'm gonna do this one way or the other. Well, actually, no, I probably won't do it. But what we'll do is we'll spin him around, and then we'll try to come in on monopropellant from the other guy. Okay, let's fast forward and then stop. Now, let's go to here. Let's switch to this guy. Lovely. And let's make him a target. Open that up. Okay. Well, we have no tanks. We only have monopropellant. So let's just do this as an exercise. Let's see. No, we want to be going towards him. His relative velocity is only 3.5 milliseconds. I'm not going to turn on RCS at the moment. I want to save as much of that as possible. This is so finicky and frustrating. I don't even know if it's worth it to join these guys together. The idea was I wanted to eventually have a little refueling dump so we could send something big out to one of the other planets. I honestly don't know if it will be worth it. Because the amount of time I've spent doing this, I don't know. Maybe I'll get better as time goes on. That's probably the case. Okay, there he is. So let's turn RCS on and let's move towards him. Push! Push! And let's just do baby steps. Oh gosh, okay, fly with the wheel down here. Not with your visuals. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, he's getting farther away. He's getting farther away. Okay, push more. Push more. That is really burning through the monopropellant. I don't know if we can do it. Well, we're now getting closer again. We're going to come all the way down to 0.7. That's where we're at. We're going to stay exactly the same. That's no good. Oh, gosh. No, turn the other way. Okay, all my maneuvering is totally wonkers. We're basically upside down from my visuals. Okay, we're coming in. Let's use some more. There we go. Okay, what did this do to our encounter? We're coming all the way down to 0.5. Yeah, there's no way we can do this. I got pretty close. And I think maybe we need definitely more RCS tanks on these things. Sort of notes for next time. Things I need to take into account for the next time we do this. Keep in mind that once I get close to him, I have to decelerate to nothing. Okay, I'll turn that back off. I want to save it. Okay, we're coming all the way back down to 0.3, and at the other side, we'll be back out at 6 kilometers. So we got one chance. Can we go ahead and switch to this? I don't even know how this thing works. Let's go back to staging. All right, let's go ahead and burn some more. Why not? There we go. Okay, there's some more. We're down to 30. We're down to 34 monopropellant. And as close as we're going to get is 300 meters. And then he's going to zoom right by in the other direction. And that'll be our closest approach. Unfortunately, I think that may be about the best I can do right now. Let's at least try, see how close we can get it. Maybe we can get a little closer with a little more RCS burn. Definitely need way more RCS tanks. Okay. There we go. Oh no, go towards him. Dip down. All right, and then we'll go back to SAS. 0.2, we're gonna get all the way down to 0.2. Oh, but he's gonna start zooming away now. Yep, we definitely failed. There he is, I can see him. He's in visual range. It's probably fairly dark on your screen. Zoom in, go get him. Okay, we're down to 8. We're down to 8 monopropellant. I think we're already past our closest intersection as far as it's going to calculate. Yeah, he's zooming away now. It's too late. Dang it. He's zooming away. We missed our window of opportunity. Well, no guts, no glory. Let's go. Let's just see if we can crash into him. Nope, we're out. We are out. Darn it. Well, we have two of these guys out here. They're both sort of in orbit, in the exact same orbit. So I guess I'll just leave them out here for now. But I definitely failed. We got pretty close. That is way harder than it looks to get that close to them. And this thing is pretty cumbersome to pilot around because it's so heavy. Maybe we want smaller fuel tanks. Maybe only one of these. And more RCS tank, more stuff like that. Anyway, next time we'll go after some more science. I think we're going to go back to the moon and look for some soil samples because I never got soil samples there. Remember when I tried to go there, we didn't have enough fuel to land. Or if we did, we didn't get off. I don't remember, but that's where we're going, to the moon. I'll see you next time. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.